Yes, our toss with OLX. Yahan sab kuch milta hai. I should have said that before we went to the OLX top. Now here's my Urdu teacher. I'm okay with that?
Yeah, you're doing well.
The way one or two people think I aren't, and look, it's a tough process this, especially when I got someone as well spoken as you.
No, you have to go on Twitter and find out. Pat will help you with that.
Don't worry, they'll be telling me when I say something wrong. They'll tell me. I know you do. Okay, so we've got Peshawar. They are batting first. Is that a good call?
It's an interesting call, isn't it? Because all the teams batting second have won, but Afridi just mentioned that the pitch he thought was looking better. He thought that batting would be suitable to set a target and then bowl. So interesting. He's gone against the tide, but you know, Shahid Afridi, he'll do that.
He'll always do something different. Surprised with that decision to bat first, Pat, or not?
A little bit, but when you think a bit deeper, he's a spinner.
Yes.
And the longer the game goes on, the slower the pitch will become. And that's probably what he's thinking.
Yeah.
As a spinner, he'd be thinking, I want to bowl when it gets lower and slower as the evening goes. He's got to be pretty sure there's no dew.
Yes. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Well, we don't know. We might. We'll get down there later, or maybe you can go down and tell us. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in a moment. We'll have a look at the two teams when we come back from this break.
अगर आप भी अपनी गाड़ी का ख्वाब देखते रहते हैं तो आपको चाहिए अस्करी बैंक की आसफकार ऑटो फाइनेंस।
आज कॉफी पीने चले?
अस्करी आसफकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, स्टेयर योर ड्रीम्स।
घर पैसे मोबी कैश करने में बड़ा सुकून मिलता है और साथ ही साथ मोबिलिंग से मिलता है बहुत कुछ, यानी ढेरों फ्री मिनट्स, SMS और इंटरनेट भी।
मोबी कैश, जबान का पक्का।
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। BTCL।
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है। और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करे रूह अफ़ज़ा। तो और क्या चाहिए?
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। BTCL।
अब नया पैक और लार्ज स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
सुनहरी सुबह का सूरज दिखाता है, अंधेरों से पर्दा उठाता, अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर, 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर, 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमा टैक्स। अभी *5*7# मिलाओ। टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम, बूम बूम बबल गम बन को बुला दो।
टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
बैक, क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे।
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। BTCL।
अब नया पैक और लार्ज स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
मुझे डिंग डोंग स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर बहुत पसंद। मुझे डिंग डोंग की मूवी बहुत अच्छी लगी। डिंग डोंग बबल का जायका बहुत अच्छा है। डिंग डोंग बबल।
Welcome back. We're going to have the second match tonight in the HBL PSL. Today we've seen Karachi beating Lahore. Tonight we're going to see our first look at Shahid Afridi's Peshawar Zalmi against Islamabad United. The city of Peshawar, one of the most important cities in Pakistan.
Peshawar, the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, is the oldest city in Pakistan and one of the most ancient in the subcontinent, rich in history and culture. The demography is dominated by Pashtuns. As people from the mountain regions, they have naturally athletic physiques. And as a result, they are into various sports, but cricket dominates their affection.
जो हमारे यहाँ के लोग हैं, जो पठान जो भी काम करते हैं वो बड़े दिल से करते हैं.
जो पेशावर के लोग हैं वो हमेशा से फैनेटिक फैन रहे हैं क्रिकेट के, और मेरे पसंदीदा फैंस जो हैं वो सारे फैंस मैं सबसे बहुत मोहब्बत करता हूँ, लेकिन मेरे जो पसंदीदा फैंस हैं वो पेशावर के लोग हैं, पठान लोग हैं.
तो वहाँ पर 6 मारने के बाद लोग कहते हैं इसी तरह आराम से, ये 6 को आराम से कहते हैं.
Captained by one of Pakistan's favorite sons in Shahid Afridi, Peshawar Zalmi seems to be a team built in his mold.
अच्छे लड़के हुए, तमीम इकबाल है, कमरान अकमल है, मोहम्मद हफीज है, हमारे पास सैमी है, तो आई थिंक कॉम्बिनेशन ओवरऑल बहुत अच्छा हमारा है.
The owner of the team, Junaid Afridi, isn't alien to cricket. His company, Higher Pakistan, has been sponsoring Pakistan cricket for several years. Having designed the Peshawar Zalmi logo personally, Junaid is an avid follower of the sport, and for him, this franchise is a gateway to even bigger things.
हमारी एक अदना कोशिश है कि हम आर्मी पब्लिक स्कूल से जो हमारे 135-136 विक्टिम्स थे, उनकी फैमिली से दो बच्चे को, 2 फैमिली मेंबर्स को लेके दुबई में पेशावर ज़ल्मी के मैचेस दिखाएंगे.
पेशावर ज़ल्मी
Well, those are the children, the school children from the APS school in Peshawar. And Junaid Afridi, the owner of the Peshawar Zalmi, has actually flown these school children into Dubai for them to see their team, to see the match. What a wonderful experience that is. So the school boys and schoolgirls, yes, it's just the schoolboys from APS school in Peshawar to come here, courtesy of Junaid Afridi. That's a fabulous gesture.
Yeah, it's the army public school, right, which had a terrorist attack on them. There was a shooting attack and a lot of students lost their lives, even a few teachers. So it's a great thing that he's done. He's on his own expense. He's got these APS students there. So it's a great gesture, I think, for them to be here, just the unity that Peshawar is showing, because they've been through a tough time, and
absolutely right.
And obviously that tragedy, just remembering them. So it's a great gesture from Junaid Afridi.
Yeah. Are we talking about the age of between 12 and 18 here?
About
that.
School children, sort of till the age of 16, 17, 18.
Wonderful. Thanks very much, Baz. Let's give you the teams who are playing tonight. It's Peshawar Zalmi. Baz, can you run your thoughts over the Peshawar side?
The Peshawar side, you've got Mohammad Hafeez, David Malan, and he's from your country. And Kamran, he started brilliantly on top of the order. You've got Afridi to bowl spin. You've got Asghar who bowls left arm spin, and Sean Tate in there as well. So they've got a balanced sort of side, and but they've got explosive batsmen in that middle order. Kamran, Shahid, Yousuf, Shahid, Afridi, Darren, Sammy. So that's a very important middle order.
And Islamabad have brought in Saeed Ajmal, is going to play. Andre Russell's in the side. We've got Imran Khalid. Misbah-ul-Haq is the captain. And Shane Watson at the top of the order there.
Ashar also.
And that is a new player as well, Ashar coming into the side as well. So we know that Peshawar have won the toss and they're going to bat first here, and that match will be starting in not so long, in just a moment. Come back to us after this break.
Jazz Excite feature phones or Jazz Explore smartphones.
I've got
My Jazz X. Go get yours.
Modeling Jazz X.
टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम पान को बुला दो।
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। BTCL।
अगर आप भी अपनी गाड़ी का ख्वाब देखते रहते हैं तो आपको चाहिए अस्करी बैंक की आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस।
आज कॉफी पीने चले?
अस्करी आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, स्टीयर योर ड्रीम्स।
डिंग डोंग बबल इलाल की डिंग डोंग बबल, अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर। 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर। 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाट है। अभी *7 मिलाओ। टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम पान को बुला दो।
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। BTCL।
ये सुनहरी किरणें हैं सुनहरी बैंक की। चाहे आप रिटेल बैंकिंग कस्टमर हो या इस्लामिक बैंकिंग कस्टमर, अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक सूरज की तरह रखता है आपको यकसा ख्याल। सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
डिंग डोंग बबल इलाल की डिंग डोंग बबल, अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
डिंग डोंग की मूवी देखी, बड़ा मजा आया। मुझे डिंग डोंग बबल की बिल्ली के सारे दोस्त अच्छे लगे। डिंग डोंग बबल।
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। BTCL। अपनी नए रंग दे, बढ़ना आगे नए ढंग से।
GS बैंक, क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे।
टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
Okay, so we know that Shahid Afridi has won the toss for Peshawar Zalmi and they're going to bat first. It's a little bit of a surprise, we think, in this commentary box, in this studio, but let's give you our Detol pitch report. Mamane Sif Detol Kadula. As we look at this pitch, it's the same pitch now that's had a match yesterday, it's had a pitch tonight. Pat Simcox, your thoughts on this strip?
Well, you can see it's a little bit dry, and you can clearly see there's a couple of cracks there. There's no doubt about it. But it's got a good covering. We haven't seen anything stay low and untoward bounce here. So as a batsman, you watch what's happened before. You're probably thinking it's going to be a little bit slow. I think it's going to be slow, and we know it's going to turn.
What we have seen in the first match, we have seen two batsmen in Shakib Al-Hassan and Lendl Simmons get in and stay in. Lendl Simmons was on his way, if it was a bigger score, I'm sure he would have got 80 or 90, maybe 100. But he showed that if you play some proper cricket shots, you can make some runs on this pitch.
Yeah, and when there's no scoreboard pressure, they were chasing 120. We saw that in the first game as well, where Luke Wright took them apart, where he batted freely because there was no scoreboard pressure. Once you get scoreboard pressure, then you get that pressure coming in. Sakib and Lendl batted brilliantly, but keep in mind you're only chasing 120 odd.
Yes, that's I think crucial, the fact that it was a low score to chase. Good crowd coming in tonight. It's a Friday evening, of course, and we're expecting a good crowd, and it's the first time we're seeing Peshawar.
It is. I'm going to be very interested to watch how they approach the batting, I really am very interested.
Okay, thanks Pat. Let's look at our stat attack. It's brought to you by Mobilink. Well, Shahid Afridi, the most prolific bowler in T20 with 81 wickets, an average of 23. The only player with 1,000 plus runs and 50 plus wickets in T20s, 91 wickets I should say. The record holder of most sixes, 489 of them in international cricket, and he holds the record for the most man of the match awards, 10 of them in T20 internationals. Boom, boom, Afridi. Yeah, he's got a wonderful following. Describe in about 20 seconds why Afridi is so loved in Pakistan.
Oh, he has his ups and downs, and when he's up, he's up. That's the way Pakistan functions. They sort of, when you're up, and that's exactly how he plays. Goes out there, gives it all, and they love him for that.
Most popular cricketer, you think?
Definitely. Most probably, he's been around for a long, long time, and he's hit so many sixes. Afridi and sixes go together.
All right, boys. Thanks very much, Baz. Thanks very much. And you, Pat, very much. We're looking forward to seeing Peshawar Zalmi. They got to bat first against the Islamabad United, who, of course, lost yesterday. The match is starting very shortly.
पिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम पान को खुला दो।
Trying to make room and shows all three stumps.
Watson trying to give himself room. I just sense he ran out of options. Look at the actual slog at the end, the head going nowhere. And he tried to force it early on, it just didn't work for him. Really wasn't on there.
Oh dear. That is a very poor piece of judgment from Sam Billings. He's only been in there.
Let's have a look at the shot. It's never on. Preempted it. Hadn't been around long enough. Had he missed it, he'd have been stumped as well.
Dear. Here we go again, a chance, and accepted. Nabi gets the catch. Nawaz with his third wicket, the left-arm spinner really turning it on.
Well, again, just losing his patience. Trying to smack it over mid-wicket or mid-on. Really not on. Just knock it down the ground. Running the singles. Nice catch. Left Aamer doing the business.
Yeah, tries another big shot. This time, Nabi takes it at deep square leg. Nawaz with his 4th wicket.
That's the last thing they needed. As you say, he's faced about 5 or 6 balls and played a shot in every one.
Nawaz's 4th wicket, career best. Nabi gets him.
It's the second match tonight in the HBL PSL. It's Peshawar Zalmi against Islamabad United, coming live from the Dubai International Cricket Stadium. Islamabad United have got some work to do. They lost their opening match and they lost it to Quetta Gladiators, and it's so wonderful to see that schoolboys of the APS school in Peshawar, who've been flown in by Javid Afridi to watch this wonderful clash. So Islamabad United with Shane Watson, Shajil Khan, Misbah-ul-Haq, Irfan Khalid, Sam Billings will go down the order. Zaidi comes in as the all-rounder, Andre Russell as well. Said Akmal comes in. Rumman Raees is one of the bowling department as well. Now the Peshawar Zalmi side, Ahmed Hafeez is in there. David Malan is a South African sounding name, but he comes from Middlesex. Akmal, Shahid Afridi, what will he bring to the party tonight? Darren Sammy from the island of St. Lucia. Wahab Riaz is there as well, and Sean Tate, who has arguably bowled the quickest ball in the history of cricket. He is 150 k's an hour if he gets it right. The big man, Shahid Afridi, cool, calm and collected. He won the toss and he had no hesitation in saying he will bat first tonight. And it's a glittering occasion because we've got some great players here. Shane Watson, Misbah-ul-Haq, and they've got to pick it up from last night where they lost, of course, to Quetta Gladiators. And Wasim Akram, of course, who's director of cricket. There he is, the great Wasim Akram, the great Wasim Akram. And Dean Jones is the head coach for the Islamabad United, and they're going to have their work cut out tonight as Peshawar will open. Mohammad Hafeez, wearing 8. What a wonderful player he is on his day, and at the top of the order he gives such a solid, reliable look to this Peshawar side. For Mohammad Hafeez, Tamim Iqbal, wonderfully enterprising left-handed bat from Bangladesh. We got two of the best stroke makers in T20 cricket right there. Pat Simcox is alongside in full anticipation of this contest, Pat.
Yeah, you've called it well. Two very good strikers, but this pitch takes a bit of getting used to if you want to strike early. Andre Russell, the West Indian flavour.
Yeah, from Jamaica, the island of Jamaica. He's only played one test match in his career, 51 one-day internationals, but he's played absolutely bags of T20 internationals and T20 cricket. And this man, the genuine all-rounder, Misbah-ul-Haq, scored 41 last night, couldn't quite do the job for his side. Here we go. And we got a run to start. So we're off and running. Tamim Iqbal brings Mohammad Hafeez down to the strike. and there's a really good atmosphere inside the stadium tonight.
That man in picture, what an icon he's been for Pakistan, for world cricket, and such a nice bloke as well. I've got to tell you, spent a bit of time chatting to him. He's always got time for you. Very nice man.
I love his appeals when he thinks he's got a wicket. It's the best appeal in cricket. Should photograph him, paint him, do what they like. It's a wonderful, dramatic appeal. His arms aloft pointing to the sky, and he's convinced that every time he beats the batter, it's the badge he's got a wicket. So now Mohammad Hafeez. Now I think that's clipped the pad. This could be 4-leg byes. No, it's 4 wides. Umpire said 4 wides. It's a loose delivery from Andre Russell.
Oh, I'm not too sure about that. Let's just have a good look at this. Yeah, it started to swing. It just might have nicked the pad, but ever so slightly. Runs nevertheless. But immediately, look at that. Look at the animation here. They're stuck together. They need to win. They desperately want to get on the board.
Oh, that's a bad ball again down the leg side. Mohammad Hafeez, the leading run getter for Pakistan in 2020 internationals. He's actually the 5th highest run scorer in T20 internationals in the world. Now, except for the 2009 tournament, he's played in all the ICC World 2020 events. With 17 victories, Patrick, I can say that Mohammad Hafeez is the most successful Pakistan captain in T20 internationals. He's the man.
Well, I'll tell you what, he'd be disappointed if he missed out on 2 down the leg and didn't get a bat on them.
So highly talented, Mohammad Hafeez. He was awarded the PCB, the Pakistan Cricket Board Player of the Year in 2012. And what about this one? Since 2010, he's earned 24 Player of the Match awards in international cricket, the second most by anyone. Lovely looking shot. Classical extra cover drive that's going to bring him 4 runs. Oh, we'll have a bit more of that. Thank you, Mohammad Hafeez.
Well, he saw class there. You watch his hands, how they follow the line of the ball. He gets into line. Look at that. Look at that. It's as good as you'll see. If you're a youngster watching this cricket, that's how you drive through extra cover.
24 Player of the Match awards, second only to one player who's above him. And I'll tell you that's Virat Kohli. India's Virat Kohli. Ooh, Andre Russell's lucky that didn't go as well. That was pitched up, perhaps a little fuller this time. So there's a big job on the cards tonight for Islam, having lost last night.
Just worth looking at this again. Bat turned in his hand, just lost the power on it. Yep, that's a big, it's a big event. The last thing I want to do is lose 2 back-to-back early on in the tournament. Yep, he's not missing out on that again. That's an outstanding field. He was going at pace. Just needed another metre wide of him, 4 more.
Tell you what, he's done well there. Rumman Raees. Yeah, he's done very well. Stopped the boundary. That ball was travelling, using the pace of the delivery from Andre Russell. A couple of wides in this over, and it's a long over. So we've had 12 off the first over of the innings.
Telenor 3G mobiles 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी Telenor 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
ये सुनहरी किरणें हैं सुनहरी बैंक की। चाहे आप रिटेल बैंकिंग कस्टमर हों या इस्लामिक बैंकिंग कस्टमर, अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक सूरज की तरह रखता है आपको यकसा ख्याल। सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
Shane Watson is going to open with a new ball. Shane Watson to take the ball for the second over. This is different from yesterday. He came on in the middle of the innings. Oh, down the pitch goes Mohammad Hafeez. Game on, challenge on. And they go back for the second. Now, how does Shane Watson cope with that? First ball, Hafeez has charged him.
Yep, he's got to make a decision because the message is clear. We're coming down at you. Does the keeper move up? That's one option. He does it again. I'm surprised there's no spin. We've seen how successful it's been early on.
He's got the ability to bowl a good short bouncer if Hafeez comes at him again, or the Yorker. He's looking for the Yorker. It almost came off. You see how Hafeez was trying to look leg side there.
Searching for a little bit of swing, I think. Shane Watson getting it pitched up. Here was the leading edge. He can't really afford to bowl short at him because fine legs up in the circle, so there's a little swat and it gets something on it, it's gone. So Watson's got to decide now. He's got a slipping place in a real offside field. That's where he's probably got to bowl. Swing it away.
Leg side. Oh, that is a gorgeous shot. I don't think we've seen many better in the first 2 days of the tournament.
Timing personified. Shane Watson just straying on those pads, and we know this man on his pads will hit it there every day of the week, every day of the month.
Oh yes, Shane would like to have played that himself. Well, game on, I'd say. 18 on the board. We've had 9 deliveries and a couple of wides that haven't helped. Slower ball this time from Watto. Mohammad Hafeez, who's the captain of the Lahore Lions that won the National T20 Championship in Pakistan in 2012 and 2014. Both those tournaments he beat his former team Islamabad Wolves in the final, and here he is playing for the Peshawar Zalmi.
Well, they've kicked off so nicely here. Just not even 2 overs, 18 on the board. He's just got to sit back and it's the power play, just remember that.
Keeper, oh, magnificent! Sam Billings takes top billing with that magnificent catch. Brilliant by the young Kent and England wicketkeeper. And he's already made amends for his rash shot last night. Hafeez goes for a very delightful but too short-lived 11, and it's 18 for 1.
This is as good a catch as you're going to see from a wicketkeeper this entire tournament. And Watson got it right. The length is good, the line is good. And look at, that's what wicketkeepers dream about doing.
Didn't they love that?
टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम को बुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
किडली क्लियर्स कैरामल के अंदर फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
That is a South African name, Pat Simcox, that you would have seen many times in your homeland. And he comes in because we've just seen one of the great catches that you'll see. Shane Watson takes the wicket, comes round the wicket to the left-hander. He's off the mark straight away. 2 overs, lots of incident. It's 19 for 1.
सुनहरी सुख का सूरज दिखा था। वो अंधेरों से पर्दा उठाता। अपनी 240 से जायद ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, लो मार्कअप पर डाउन पेमेंट, 1 से 7 साल की फाइनेंसिंग और सबसे बढ़कर तेज तरीन प्रोसेसिंग। अस्करी आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, स्टीयर योर ड्रीम्स।
धमाधम मस्त करंदर, धमाधम मस्त। मुगलों के करोड़ों दिलों के सिकंदर, लाहौर कलंदर्स।
डिंग डोंग बबल इलाल की डिंग डोंग बबल अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
मुझे डिंग डोंग स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर बहुत पसंद। मुझे डिंग डोंग की मूवी बहुत अच्छी लगी। डिंग डोंग बबल का जायका बहुत अच्छा है। डिंग डोंग बबल।
Right, I'm interested to watch this. He's a real artist, this guy.
Oh, through the hands. Has it got enough for 4? Yes, it does.
Streaky. He went at it, and it was slightly wide, and it was slightly short, but it's the quicker one. And if he had been told, maybe you'd have been giving yourself another half a yard.
Watto, Shane Watson at slip. This time keeps a little low. Well, Sam Billings has already covered himself in glory. He didn't play a particularly good shot last night, but he's redeemed himself. A spectacular diving catch.
You often see in the T20s format, you see sides lean towards maybe not playing a specialist wicketkeeper. They get away with it, and the value of that is you don't get a second chance. And that was just a spectacular catch.
Lots of chat coming from underneath that visor, that helmet. Sam Billings is going, come on, let's see that other one you've got, Saeed. Come on, let's see it. So he's trying to induce some sort of doubt in the mind of Malan. Keepers have got to be the most talkative players on the cricket field.
Give me one that you're in your time.
I can lead them all in alphabetical order. Now there's that ring of fielders there, the 3 on that offside, and Misbah is sort of parading and cajoling his troops. He's come in at a sort of a short extra position. It's a good over. 3 gone, it's 23 for 1.
Jazz X Lite feature phones or Jazz Explore smartphones.
I've got my Jazz X. Go get yours.
Modeling Jazz X.
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है।
और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करे रूह अफ़ज़ा।
तो और क्या चाहिए।
अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है।
और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करे रूह अफ़ज़ा।
तो और क्या चाहिए।
Iqbal. Rumman, Raees. Left up. Oh, just slips down leg side.
Another left-hander, Alan.
Oh, got lots of them.
Wow. The tree and a whole lot of left-handers fall out, and they're all doing good. Look at this.
Yes, the APS school from Peshawar, and it's wonderful to see them here tonight. They've all been flown in from Peshawar by Mr. Javed Afridi, owner of the Peshawar Zalmi, in a wonderful gesture after those horrific moments in Peshawar last year.
It's a gesture of magnificence. It is just beyond the realms of my vocabulary. If someone can do that, just one heck of a gesture, and well done. Look at them, they're just loving it. They're all beautifully dressed, picture perfect, enjoying, loving the cricket.
Beats the man at backward point.
They got themselves a little fast start here, but 25 for 1 in just 3.5. But you don't want to sit in that and say, well, you know, it doesn't matter, we got off to a nice little start. You've got to keep momentum going here. And Shahid, my bowler, beautiful over the last one, really tied them down.
Tamim Iqbal, the most prolific run scorer. He's the leading run scorer in Test cricket for Bangladesh, over 3,000 runs, and one-day internationals, 4,700, and he's second only behind Shakib al-Hasan in T20 internationals. Goodness me, he's thrown everything at that. So 26 of age, comes from Chittagong, where of course we've just had some wonderful matches in the ICC Under-19 World Cup. He's got the highest score by a Bangladesh batsman in tests, 206. Highest score in one-day internationals, 154. That's him as well. And the highest score in T20 internationals. And guess what? That's him as well. 88 not out. Holds a lot of cards, trump cards. He is the main man for Bangladesh at the top of the order, and now for Peshawar. Down the leg side, is that going to slip down for 4 leg byes? Yes it is.
Big runs. He missed out on it, but at least he gets the boundary for the side. But down the leg side and paying the price. 5 legs up in the circle, remember, so you can't stray there. He's 6 off the over, 1 ball left. Got to get it right.
Slower pace this time. 7 from the over, 4 gone. It's 30 for 1.
Telenor 3G mobiles 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी Telenor 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
सुनहरी सुबह का सूरज दिखाता, घुप अंधेरों से पर्दा उठाता, अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
थैंक यू डिंग डोंग बबल हमारे स्कूल में आने के लिए। डिंग डोंग बबल बहुत नरम और मजे की लगती है। फिलहाल की डिंग डोंग बबल। डिंग डोंग बबल।
No run, no run.
Quick as a flash, the ball was in. The last thing they need is a run out here. Malan started to come. Had to get back pretty quickly. straight on the leg side there. Missed out in midfield. Tamim.
Got to go. Yeah, it's a good run. They went straight away. It brings David Malan on strike, the 28-year-old. He's got the South African name, Patrick. I would suggest his parents are South African, but although he was England-born in Roehampton, London, he was brought up in South Africa. He made his first-class debut for Bullant down in the Cape there some 10 years ago. He moved to Middlesex and he's played 113 first-class matches for Middlesex since then, with 14 centuries in first class.
He's battled outside that off stump since he's walked in with the spin. It hasn't turned a lot and he's been beaten by the pace. Just suggesting stays a little bit still and just gets down ball and just drops it in the gap.
Not the way that say that, Jamal. The way he bowls is like a chess grandmaster. He works out bowling plans, he works them out, and he has a strategy, almost as if he's thinking ahead of the next ball or the next two deliveries to trap his man. There's the full length. He's beaten him. That's 2 or 3 times now he's beaten him, and he's going in for the kill.
Trying to hit a square, I think. Just hit it straighter down the ground. But that's what you're explaining about the spinner there. That's what spinners are all about, isn't it? It's just guile and cunning and thought.
And yet again he beats him. 1 from the over. Wonderful over. 5 gone. 31 for 1.
Cheers back, क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे.
सुनहरी सुबह का सूरज दिखा था. घोप अंधेरों से पर्दा उठा था. अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम.
टेलीनॉर 3G मोबाइल 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर. अब किसी भी टेलीनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें.
For the big shot, misses it. It looks at the leg umpire who calls it a wide. So that's the indicator that is usually picked up by the officiating umpire at the bowler's end. Yeah, touch and go. Not a very tall bouncer, just over his helmet.
Yeah, very tight call. It was a good bouncer, I thought. And Raees does have the slower bouncer and has a couple of slower ones out of the back of the hand too.
It's been a scratchy inning so far from Tamim Iqbal. He's not been at his fluent best. Right then, plenty of options for you to watch HBL PSL, and here you go. Pakistan viewers can watch it on the website psl-t20.com. youtube.com/PSL is the other option available. Surveying the field on the leg side. Is in the mood to lift over square leg. Oh, that's gone. Well, he wanted the leg side play, wanted to hit it big. Well, he's found the fielder. Shane Watson has picked a good one. It went flat, it went hard, but thankfully it went straight to the fielder, Shane Watson. So another wicket falls, and it's Malan who goes for 6. 33 for the loss of 2.
Did get the length, but just couldn't avoid Shane Watson at mid-wicket. Hit it pretty well. Didn't get the elevation. Didn't hit it over the top or kept it on the ground. In between. Shane Watson accepts.
बॉडी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम, पवन को बुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
Give me a Clears, कैरेमल एंड द फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट, लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
Went back, used the crease, wanted to hit it away towards the leg side, found the fielder. Shane Watson was well placed, keeping his eye on the ball. Good grab. They looked pretty much switched on, United in the field, billing already with a top billing catch, and Shane Watson with a good grab as well at mid-wicket.
Raees does have a few options. He does bowl the slow ball, slow bounce. So that was a seam up, and it'll do him a lot of good getting a wicket early in the piece.
Runs with the shot and makes it. He's got to be careful. Andre Russell is so good in the field, just fumbling a little bit, losing his balance. He had the skates on, Kamran Akmal. And I think he also knew that it was going to be a close call if that had been picked properly by Andre Russell.
Another slow one, and he's hit it and run, but he knew he was going to be in trouble. Gets away with off the mark though.
Not short enough, and didn't have the height as well for Tamim Iqbal really to connect it. It's been a good spell of bowling. He's the emerging player. He's young and exciting, and he's pacey as well. 1 for 4 in almost 2 overs, including a wicket.
He does have the change-ups, and that one just sort of slanted back into the right-hander. It's been an impressive over. Just needs to finish off well.
Attempted Yorker, indecision. No is the call from Kamran Akmal. Good over comes to an end. 34 for 2.
ये सुनहरी किरणें हैं सुनहरी बैंक की, चाहे आप रिटेल बैंकिंग कस्टमर हो या इस्लामिक बैंकिंग कस्टमर। अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक सूरज की तरह रखता है आपको यकसा ख्याल। सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
Right, then that's the place to be, the HBL box. They never seem to get tired. Still bouncing. Ever ready to bounce, that group, even when the music is not playing. The HBL box, the best seat in the house. Drives well, square drives it in fact. Should come back for second. Is he coming back for 2? He makes it quite easily in the end, yeah. Sort of getting the bat grounded in time.
Ashar Zaidi, he's the change that Islamabad United have made. He's come in for Samuel Badree. Very decent left arm spinner. Bats well as well, a good all-rounder. Bowls stump to stump and doesn't get a lot of bounce.
But he's up against a player who plays spin well. That one keeping just a little bit low. That ball is not going to take off a lot after pitching. He's not very tall, Zaidi, and he drops his arm when he's slanting them in.
Exactly, make sure that it doesn't bounce at all. And once he gets hit for a boundary, the arm will go even lower.
Can it get any lower? Quicker through the air. Tamim Iqbal has had a struggling start to this innings. 3 from 11. But as they say, you're just a big strike, one big strike away from getting it back together.
But a very decent start from Ashar Zaidi, just a 3 runs off, and he's into his last delivery, final ball of the 7th over. United crawling their way back into this game.
There's the big shot as he connected it well there. Andre Russell came in, but it got dropped just a little bit short of his reach. What have you got? 38 for the loss of 2 after 7.
Ding dong bubble इलाल की ding dong bubble अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
थैंक यू डिंग डोंग बबल हमारे स्कूल में आने के लिए। डिंग डोंग बबल बहुत नरम और मजे की होती है।
इलाल की डिंग डोंग बबल।
डिंग डोंग बबल।
चेस बैक क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे।
.38 for the loss of 2. Zalmi versus the United. Saeed Ajmal in again. You can feel that he's getting a little itchy. Tamim Iqbal obviously wants to get on with it.
And Saeed Ajmal's bowled well. He's into his 3rd over, started with 3rd over, just going for 5.
Well, that was different. Trying, I guess, the arm delivery. Quicker through the air. It was pacey delivery from Saeed Ajmal.
11 dots in that from Saeed Ajmal, and just a squeeze on right now. It just seems as if something has to give. Zalmi, Peshawar team needs a few boundaries, otherwise there'll be a poor shot here and there.
I thought that was in the slot for him to go square through the offside. An opportunity missed for sure. cricketgateway.com in case you're not in Pakistan. That's for international viewers. Watch HBL PSL live. That's beautifully hit. That is well struck boundary. Made room. It was on the shorter side from the off spinner, and that sat really well for the striker to net a boundary.
Like you said, Kamran Akmal, a fantastic player of spin, and sits on that back foot. He loves cutting the spinner. This time way in front of square, met the ball quickly and knew the gap. Can't afford to give him room.
That's close enough to call. He's shuffled, the finger is raised, and he's gone. Flirting with risk, Saeed Ajmal gets a wicket. Is bowled superbly. And putting pressure on the opposition with a lot of dots. And in the end, he's had a great result. Kamran Akmal shuffling across is still, I think in his mind, contesting the leg before decision, but he's gone for 8. 43 for 3.
Going across his stumps, trying to hit him over square leg. Come in front, finger raised.
Yep, impact in line, hitting the stumps.
टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम मन को बुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
किडली एक्लेयर्स कैरामल के अंदर फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
The Zalmi, 29 years of age, had a promising start early in his career when he showed a lot of talent at the under-19s, but then his career fell away a little. That's a beautifully swept shot. That really is beautifully done by the new batsman, and he's not happy. Firing it in, and he's swept for 4, say the Ajmal, 47 for 3.
सुनहरी सुबह का सूरज दिखा था। घुप अंधेरों से पर्दा उठा था। अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
It's very good running. It took a lot of time really to fire it back in. Winding up, Amin was the fielder.
Just firing it down the leg side, and Shahid Yousuf, easy pickings for him. It's a good stroke maker, like playing against spin, the ideal delivery to get off the mark. Shahid Ajmal knows it.
Three down for 49, gets yorked. He's a clever customer. Zaidi, none for 6 in 1.2. Tamim Iqbal is an excellent player of spin bowling, but he's been quiet. Misses that one as well. I think he's just trying too hard and trying to hit the ball a little harder as well. That's hit hard, only a single, but 50 is raised. Peshawar Zalmi 50 for 3.
Changes made by Islamabad United, and they are working. Ashar Zaidi brought in, doing a terrific job into his second over, just 7 runs off Saeed Ajmal. So they've gone for a few spinners, and at the moment United pretty happy. But Shahid Yousuf, stroke maker, things could change in a jiffy.
Yeah, but they can't afford to lose another wicket or two at this stage, because this innings can't be perpetually in a rebuilding phase. Stylishly done for a run.
But Peshawar do have a strong lower middle order. Shahid Afridi, Sammy, Wahab, Riaz. People will clear the fence.
Oh, how good is that? That is beautifully done. May not hit the fence, but aesthetically and technically extremely well done by Tamim Iqbal. It's 53 for 3.
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है। और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करें रूह अफ़ज़ा। तो और क्या चाहिए।
टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
Any opposition? I think they can do that for a little while, but they need to do this successfully, ball after ball. Just rotate the strike if you're not getting the big shots. The big hitters wait in the wings.
Saw this in the first game as well. Lahore Qalandars did build in that middle phase of the innings, but just fell away at the back end. So that's the chance that you do if you put all your eggs in that basket, where you're thinking that you'll end on a high, and it doesn't happen. Everything then goes for nothing.
There's been a lot of that, play and miss. This tournament could give him a new lease of life. Saeed Ajmal looks hungry for success and for recognition. Inside out drive, that's well covered by the man in the deep. At times it works if you use the frustration of a certain individual positively, and he's been extremely frustrated in the last year or so. He's gone through hell, he's gone through a lot. After being such a successful player for Pakistan in all the formats, he was overlooked. He's had issues with his bowling action. So this is a very good comeback for him. 1 for 16 in 3.3. That area has now been covered, plugged. He's good with that shot. That's another scintillating sweep shot. Right then, you can win a lot if you're part of the Pepsi Catch a Crore campaign, or can pull off a beauty in the crowds. Abhi nahi to kabhi nahi. Can earn 1 crore, $100,000. Share of 1 crore, I'm told. Misbah-ul-Haq sitting just a little deep in the ring, so a single taken is not going to risk it. So there was a reviewer referral.
Not a lot of excitement in the Islamabad United camp, but better safe than sorry. Shahid Raza, I think he's not, the ball hasn't even hit the stumps. He's dropped the ball and just dislodged the bails with his hand.
Yeah, Sajmal's jerky motion suggested that he was probably, I think, the way electrocuted by the Zinger bails. He didn't look too comfortable. Gone, direct hit. No, it's not. Close save. And after 10, 58 for 3.
Telenor 3G mobiles 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी Telenor 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें BTCL।
Right, halfway stage, 10 overs gone. Shahid Afridi, who won the toss, decided his men from Peshawar would bat first. And there's a lot of eyeballs on this match, a lot of eyeballs in the stadium, and I know there are many people back in Pakistan and around the world keen to see the outcome of this contest. Tamim Iqbal, look at this, we've got the GoPro camera, we're on the students of the APS school. I can't tell you, Raees, what that makes me feel to see those kids in this stadium.
I was talking to the owner of Zalmi, and he said that there are quite a few out there in that group that were actually hit by bullets. So they're still carrying those bullet wounds, these young kids. It is so good to see them here, because they richly deserve this, and credit to Zalmi really for promoting the cause. Afridi is the owner of Peshawar Zalmi, and he's made it a point really to involve these young kids in cricket activity in Dubai and back in Peshawar as well.
And she goes down the pitch. Yep, effective when the umpire starts conducting the orchestra. You know it's a 4.
Absolutely, yes, and that's the first meaningful meaty blow by the left-hander. Yeah, everything was right about that. You know, you've got to time your sequence properly when you're looking to target the crease. 1, 2, he banged. This really was well done. And hit it straight to miss the field, a little square at long off.
Oh, has he got enough of this? Has he got enough? Yes, he does.
I doubt whether he middled this one, but good enough for the ball to fly over the field at long off. So the action is on. The big hitting is definitely on. 4, and then this massive blow. Once again, favoring the offside play. Beautifully done.
What a little cheeky little paddle. Very fine for one. So good batting from Tamim Iqbal. It's 72 for 3.
Jazz Excite feature phones or Jazz Explore smartphones.
I've got my Jazz X. Go get yours.
Mobiling Jazz X.
Exciting.
We've had 11 overs here. 72 for 3. Tamim Iqbal, you feel, is a key man for the Peshawar Zalmi, and Shane Watson now comes back into the attack. Shane Watson, who comes off the back of a man of the match performance against India at the SCG, but he didn't help his side, or he couldn't help his side win that final match in the T20 series. He scored 124 not out, and he took 1 for 30 in 4 overs. But it was worthy enough for the Player of the Match award. And what's he done here? 1 over cost him 7. Of course, he did pick up the wicket, Mohammad Hafeez, to a quite brilliant catch from Sam Billings behind the stumps.
Yeah, absolutely stunning effort behind the stumps, and he's come at a crunch moment. This is a very difficult phase for the fielding side, because they want somebody who's got the skills and the experience to see them off in this tight phase, and he's good enough to do that. He's got experience, he's got loads of potential and skill level. Is magnificent. He's got to just follow through now. Make sure that he bowls 2 good over spell here.
Well, this catch from Billings was worth $1,000,000 shillings. Look at it. Fabulous.
So $1,000,000 shillings, Wilco, would be dead quid.
The Flying Billings. Oh, that. They named a market after him. Billingsgate.
Absolutely.
Good, straight, perpendicular bat. This is really good to watch. I think he's one of the most exciting players. As I said a little earlier, he holds all the top scores in all 3 forms of cricket for Bangladesh.
There's still a lot of scope to play regular shots in T20 cricket. You can be classical in this format, and that really was a classical straight drive. Now that's not very classical though.
Well, it's going to land safely. Ooh. There won't be one for the misfield. Really, Tamim Iqbal is the key man here, the left-hander. Shahid Yousuf, yeah. I think Shane Watson was trying to tempt him with the short ball. Sometimes you do bowl it just to tempt someone into having a bit of a go and have a rash shot. Now then, Tamim Iqbal on strike.
It's a strange feel on the offside in the ring because there are two men close in at point. There's a third man who's in, and then there's a point who's at a finer position. So all the left-hander need right now is an educated edge to
an educated edge.
Yeah, I mean, which will be good that you play an edge.
I think you have an educated edge, Raees. Where did you go to school? Just giving you an educated edge.
Where you play for an edge.
I'm talking
and you
about
edge out others.
An edge in life.
He wants to break free. Definitely he wants to break free. And he's been held back by some good tight bowling, and partly because he's been a little off colour at times. Still a long way to go, 26 from 32, he can all get it back. What he has to do right now is to make sure that he plays out the overs. Go for a 20-0 spell here with the bat.
Well, now third man's come up to the position. He'll walk inside that 30-yard circle, but there is a fine leg down there. So we've got 4 on the leg side, 3 on the fence leg side. Ooh, it says inside edge on the pad. End of the over, 12 gone, 76 for 3.
Telenor 3G mobiles 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी Telenor 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
डिंग डोंग बबल इलाल की डिंग डोंग बबल अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
डिंग डोंग बबल की मूवी बहुत अच्छी है। थैंक यू डिंग डोंग, हमें 3D मूवी दिखाने के लिए। सबसे अच्छी डिंग डोंग बबल। डिंग डोंग बबल।
PTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें PTCL।
Andre Russell, the Jamaican. Andre Russell, his first over of the innings cost 12. 76 for 3. What's a good total on this pitch? Well, we've been in the 120, 128, 126 mark for the first 2 matches. But 77 on the board here, Raees. That's why I think Tamim Iqbal is key here. If he holds it together, looking at 140, 150.
Yeah, I think his knock will be crucial because then you got Afridi and Sammy to follow. And if they have a good blast for about 5-6 overs, this total can propel to 150 easy. But they need Tamim Iqbal out there to exist till the 20th over. Next in Sammy or maybe Shahid Afridi. I'm not too sure. Is he padded up? Can we see him somewhere there? No.
One inside to keep warm. It's quite a quick delivery that. Andre Russell, he's a big man. He's a big, muscular fellow is Andre Russell. Seen him over the recent years bowling some really quick, hostile deliveries.
Yeah, he can be slippery. And he's difficult to navigate also because he's got so many variations. He can bowl a fantastic Yorker, then a quick bouncer, slow delivery. He's got the varieties.
Mould and the Yorker.
Nice and full. Yeah, and that bat got a severe jolt as it hit the toe end. Had to cut down his high wind very quickly, Shahid Yousuf.
Looking for the Yorker again. That's still good bowling. Oh, a good take as well from Billings, but you're always liable to drop in the odd occasional low full toss if you're looking for the Yorker. That's what Andre Russell is counting on here, to bowl it as full as he can. Goes over cover. Misfield, they should go back. But yeah, one man wanted it, the other didn't.
Well, Pakistan viewers can watch this on youtube.com/PSL, on the official website, which is psl-t20.com. So after 13, 80 for the loss of 3.
घर पैसे मोबी कैश करने में बड़ा सुकून मिलता है और साथ ही साथ मोबिलिंग से मिलता है बहुत कुछ, यानी ढेरों फ्री मिनट्स, SMS और इंटरनेट भी।
मोबी कैश, जबान का पक्का।
टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल्स 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
PGCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। PGCL
लाहौर कलंदर गिलवे के साथ साथ देखें क्रिकेट मैचेस लाइव मोबिलिंक मोबाइल टीवी पर। पाकिस्तान का बेस्ट 3G नेटवर्क लाया क्रिकेट का मैदान आप तक। मोबिलिंक के करोड़ों दिलों के सिकंदर, लाहौर कलंदर।
PGCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। PGCL
Cheers back, क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे।
Ding dong bubble इलाल की ding dong bubble अब नया पैक और स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
मुझे डिंग डोंग स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर बहुत पसंद। मुझे डिंग डोंग की मूवी बहुत अच्छी लगी। डिंग डोंग बबल का जायका बहुत अच्छा है। डिंग डोंग बबल।
खाना बने एक्साइटिंग।
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है।
और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करे रूह अफ़ज़ा।
तो और क्या चाहिए।
Asghar ऑटो फाइनेंस, लो मार्कअप पर डाउन पेमेंट, 1 से 7 साल की फाइनेंसिंग और सबसे बढ़कर तेज तरीन प्रोसेसिंग। Asghar ऑटो फाइनेंस, स्टेयर योर ड्रीम्स।
टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम को बुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
Give me a Clears, कैरामल के अंदर फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट, लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में, एक पल में बदले हर पल।
जस्तजू एक नए जहां की, तहय्युल हुस्न बेमिसाल का, आरज़ू एक हल्की सी मुस्कान की, एक दिलकश ख्वाब की तकमील, तख्लीक एक लाजवाब शाहकार की, इकोस्टार वीरो 4K UHD स्मार्ट टीवी।
The Qatar Airways strategic timeout, and time for Islamabad United just to work out what they're going to do here with Tamim Iqbal, what he can do for Peshawar Zalmi. He's been in there for 34 balls. He's hit 1-4 and 1-6. He's got 28, so he's had a good measure of the pitch. He's had time to evaluate it, assess how he can now go for the next 7 overs. Key man now for the Zalmi of Peshawar.
I don't think singles will matter that much to the fielding side. What he's trying to do is to just hang in there. I think he's waiting for his time.
Well, we saw Sammy padded up, looking raring to go. It's the situation tailor-made for Sammy. But of course Shahid Afridi is there as well. Wahab, Riaz, that really is your next 3 batsmen. Wahab, Riaz can also bat down the order later in the day. Flicked leg side, going back for 2.
With the kind of backlift that he's got, I think a fuller length delivery would do the job quite nicely, because he's getting late on the ball. No boundaries yet in this over. Look at the high backlift, and he's generally being late on the ball as a result of that backlift.
2 men back there. Balls since the last 4 was hit. $84 for 3 in the 14th over. You just feel that Tamim Iqbal has got to find another gear to go up into. He's hasn't used all the gears in the gearbox, and Bashar would like to see him getting into overdrive as we get towards the final stretch of their innings. Has he got an edge on that? No, he hasn't. Umpire says absolutely not.
That's really well bowled, because he was shuffling across because he's looking to hit it over mid-wicket, and then he clearly got surprised by that fuller length here. Missed the bat, missed the pad, and missed the stumps as well. So a lot of misses.
That's the umpire saying no. Will definitely be 2. There is a gap out there at straightish mid-wicket. It's only going to be 2 again. End of the over. 8 runs coming from it, 88 for 3.
ये सुनहरी किरणें हैं सुनहरी बैंक की। चाहे आप रिटेल बैंकिंग कस्टमर हों या इस्लामिक बैंकिंग कस्टमर, अपनी 240 से ज़ायद ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक सूरज की तरह रखता है आपको यकसा ख्याल। सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
Just back, क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे।
डिंग डोंग बबल इलाल की डिंग डोंग बबल। अब नया पैक और लार्ज स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, लो मार्कअप पर डाउन पेमेंट, 1 से 7 साल की फाइनेंसिंग और सबसे
Andre Russell bowled him, over they go, illuminating bails, and that's what the bowler wants to see. It's a good strike from Andre Russell.
Yeah, and sadly for Yousuf, this had to happen because he had no chance really to belt the ball hard with the kind of backlift that he had. But he's gonna bowl for 16, 38 for 4.
क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम, पान को खुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
किडली क्लियर्स कैरेमल के अंदर फाइनल प्रीमियम चॉकलेट, लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, लो मार्कअप पर डाउन पेमेंट, 1 से 7 साल की फाइनेंसिंग और सबसे बढ़कर
Captain comes in with just about 6 overs to go, 5.5. Massive cheer for the skipper. Down the leg side. Is it a wide? It is. Has to be a wide.
Not a bad idea, bowling a Yorker to Shahid Afridi. Shahid Yousuf had no idea about this one, making room and missing the ball completely, head high in the air. Ball coming back just a little bit to disturb the zingers, or zings, whatever they're called.
Oh, that's a bad ball. 2 wides, giving Shahid Afridi a sighter. Ball might have flown out of the stadium, but Andre Russell just bowls it full and straight. He's gone airborne over mid-wicket. Has he got enough on it? Yes, he has. Afridi opens up his account.
That is such a shrewd shot because he knew exactly where the field was. He went back and deep into the crease to create a full-length delivery, to a good length delivery, and whacked it. Good enough for Shahid Afridi. Didn't catch it in the middle of the bat, but it still went quite handsomely into the fence.
Square this time. Are they going back for the second? No, they won't. Wise decision. Couple of lusty blows from Shahid Afridi gives this innings a different complexion altogether.
There's an air of excitement as he walked into play. Shahid Afridi walked out to the crease. He tries a little much, Andre Russell. We've already seen him to bowl the fuller length delivery at pace, then a slow bouncer and that slow delivery on the pads. It's fine when you settle down or settle into the act, but when you're struggling a little bit, you've got to keep it simple as a bowler.
Did well there, Andre Russell. He just followed Afridi, who was looking to make some room.
He looks a lot better when he's hitting the ball straight. When he's cross-batting it, obviously he gives himself 50% of chance of success, because that face of the blade is close on the ball. Look to hit it as straight as possible, and that is when he's so good.
Great anticipation for something special from the bat of Afridi. He's got to keep his eye on the ball as well. 15 overs gone, 96 for 4.
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है।
और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करें रूह अफ़ज़ा।
तो और क्या चाहिए?
जस्तजू एक नए जहां की, तहय्युल हुस्न बेमिसाल का, आरज़ू एक हर किसी मुस्कान की, एक दिलकश ख्वाब की तकमील, तख्लीक एक लाजवाल शाहकार की, इको स्टार वीरो 4K UHD स्मार्ट टीवी।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर। 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर, 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमा टैक्स। अभी *5*7# मिलाओ।
Asghar ऑटो फाइनेंस, लो मार्कअप पर डाउन पेमेंट, 1 से 7 साल की फाइनेंसिंग, और सबसे बढ़कर
back of the hand slow one. We'll see a lot of these. Raees, he's got a few slow ones up his sleeve. Pace off the ball as well. Tamim ball, he's batted for 40 balls, hasn't got off and running. Last 5 overs, Peshawar needs some big hits.
Well, it's giving himself a chance. He's been there long enough. He's just got to see it through. Don't give it away now.
Yeah, slow bouncer again. No timing. Just a single. So a good start to the over from Raees.
They're loving it. Packed in. PSL T20. Love it.
Here we go. Shahid Afridi on strike. Good delivery. Another one of those slow bouncers. It's a great delivery to have. Holding his nerve as well, Raees. Into his third over has been a fantastic spell. Just 6 runs off.
Yeah, he seems to know what he's doing, you know. You can see there he's placing on field, making sure he's not just running up and getting a feel from the captain. He's making sure he gets everything right in. He seems to know exactly the angles he wants his fielders in. Getting his 4th man in the circle.
That's good bowling. Goes for the Yorker this time, so impressive stuff.
One run to the 100 and then 4 overs, and if you go at sort of 8 and over, you know, you can get yourself at 135, 140. So far, that's looked pretty good. But if you can get it up a little bit, see there, 6.32, it's 126, that's not enough. But with 6 wickets in hand, you'd think they'd score more than 6 and over going in from here. Especially with this man at the crease. If he sticks around just for 3 of the 4 overs, sure he'll get up there.
Well, he's bowling full and right at the shoelaces. It's been good stuff. 100 up, but just a single in this over. cricketgateway.com. International viewers can watch the HBL PSL live on that.
There are 100 track that has gone past there.
But a fantastic 16th over, just 5 singles off, 101 for 4.
खाना बने exciting.
Ding dong bubble इलाल की ding dong bubble अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
डिंग डोंग की मूवी देखी बड़ा मजा आया। मुझे डिंग डोंग बबल की बिल्ली के सारे दोस्त अच्छे लगे। डिंग डोंग बबल।
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है।
और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करे रूह अफ़ज़ा।
तो और क्या चाहिए।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर। 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क्स पर, 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाट है। अभी *5*7# मिलाओ।
Around the world, playing lots of T20 cricket. I'm sure we'll see a whole lot of slower balls, a couple of short ones.
Finally, through the offside, he times one and hits it really hard. Tamim with a boundary.
Well, you saw there Shahid Afridi animated as he hit it, having a little chat to him. This is the happy hour now. We're in the last 4 overs. Got to double up here. Expectant crowd waiting for boom boom to get going. In the meantime, Tamim creamed this through extra cover, immediately putting Watson under extreme pressure. 4 off the first ball. You make sure this is a big over now. You've got to get yourself a 12 or a 15er.
Round the wicket this time, but again smoked through the offside. Tamim Iqbal, couple of scintillating fours through the offside. Pressure on Watson.
Well, the value of being at the crease for a long time, he's starting to get the timing right now with an extra pace. And that's why it's good not to just give it away in a moment where you're going through a little quiet patch. You get rewarded right here. So Watson came around the wicket, didn't work. Trying to close the angle down on Tamim. But 2 boundaries straight off. This is going to be a big over.
Goes for the short one this time. No timing on that. Iqbal, he feels that he lost out. Going for the 3rd 4 off the over. But 9 off the first 3 balls.
We would have thought he'd missed out, because he would have thought maybe there was a short one in the HBL box. Just loving Afridi. Shahid Afridi on strike 9 already. He's going to make his play now. Fan of his looks pretty used, I can tell you. Not a brand new one, an old favourite. The yellow shirts on their feet, expectant. Their man's on strike. Can he deliver?
The full toss, and he's got it over. Just over. Shahid Afridi hits that over the fans, and they love it.
HBL ticker tells us it's the 91.
Boom, boom, boom. Full toss. A slice. But it's enough. It's enough. Just over. And now 15 off the over. 2 balls to go. Good delivery that time. The Yorker got the length right. 17th over. And Peshawar Zalmi have taken off. Often wonder why it takes that long to bring out the Yorker. First ball, second ball of both length deliveries, then the short one, and then a full toss, and then you revert to the Yorker. 16 off the over, 1 to cut. Is there another boundary in here? Watson is under pressure. There's no doubt about that. This is big. This is almost a match-changing little over. Watson under the pump. Shot one this time. Deep mid-wicket in place. They're coming back for the second. And they make it. So great over for Peshawar. 119 for 4.
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाटे अभी *5*7# मिलाओ
BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर अब वो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर तो जल्दी करें BTCL खाना बने एक्साइटिंग बैक क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे BTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर अब वो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 That's a great delivery, the slower bouncer. Afridi didn't pick it. He wanted a wide, but that's a great delivery again. Showing his variety. Wasim Akram will be happy with that. Fantastic slow bouncer. One for the over. Right, Shahid Afridi. He's going to pitch one up at some stage. He's going to swing hard. There we go. Base off the ball again working, so good first couple of deliveries. Emerging player Raees, pressure on him, and so far holding his nerve. I think this is what's good about the whole tournament, an emerging player under the pump here and showing that he can deliver. Suddenly you start thinking, well, that's how he's bowled, and he's bowled accordingly. Guys have come down the wicket at him, he's dropped it shorter, he's bowled really well. It's been an outstanding night for an emerging player. There again, full and straight. Single is a great result for him. Bowling well, and after that over 18 off Shane Watson's over. There's pressure on Rumman Raees and 3 balls, all good. But Shahid Afridi can change that. That's the pressure that Shahid Afridi exerts on the bowlers. Short ball again, just a single, so impressive stuff. Just conceded 3 of this 18th over. It's good bowling. His last over, 12 for a wicket. 12 runs in his 4th over. Outstanding effort. Outstanding effort. A terrific Yorker. His spin. An exhibition really, slow ones, Yorkers.
Ball into Tamim Iqbal, who's on 49. Shahid Afridi really holding his nerve.
Well, they had a little chat there, but there's not much you can do about it, really. It's right in at your feet. Tamim Iqbal there, he's 49 balls, got 49 now, 3 fours and a 6. Be disappointed with the 19 dots, though.
Last ball of the 18th. It's a slow ball, that's pumped it down the ground. A good effort. A couple of runs and Tamim Iqbal gets his 50. It's taken a long time, but he's reached his 50 off 50 balls. 124 for 4.
घर पैसे मोबी कैश करने में बड़ा सुकून मिलता है और साथ ही साथ मोबिलिंग से मिलता है बहुत कुछ, यानी ढेरों फ्री मिनट्स, SMS और इंटरनेट भी।
मोबी कैश, ज़बान का पक्का। Who will win? Who will lose out? Pakistan, you decide. You के 3 नए exciting flavors में से only one will stay. Pitch Black, Live Wire, Blue Shark. We call this a democracy. Try all 3 and vote on 9300. Do the Dew.
Ding dong bubble इलाल की ding dong bubble अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
Well, that's a poor start. Extra delivery right now is not what you need. Run up first ball down leg side. Shahid Afridi moving across. I hear you about the 150, but that's a big ask. 140 is kind of, in my mind now, Andre Russell's a canny customer. Been around.
That's gone high. That's gone really, really high. Russell, he wants it and he gets it. A great catch from Andre Russell. Shahid Afridi has to walk back. Just hit it straight up. Fantastic cotton ball. Andre Russell, Shahid Afridi walks back. He's gone cotton ball for 16, 125 of 5.
क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम गम, बूम बूम बबल गम, बुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
किडली क्लियर्स कैरेमल के अंदर फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट, लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
HBL का कोई भी कार्ड स्वाइप करें, अकाउंट खोलें या फिर लोन करें। विन अ चांस ऑफ अ लाइफ टाइम। कॉल 111-111-425 और लॉग ऑन टू hbl.com। जहां ख्वाब वहां HBL।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर। 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर, 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाटे। अभी *5*7#.
And another wicket. Watson takes the catch, a slow one, and just flicked around the corner. Watson takes the catch. Andre Russell, 2 in 2. Yep, well, we've had an hat-trick already today. Will we see another one? Just, as you say, just flicked it around. I think there was a bit of pace taken off the ball, didn't time it. And Shane Watson made his way around, caught it, and you see the umpire had to duck. 125 for 6.
टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम, बूम बूम बबल गम, को बुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
किडली क्लियर्स कैरेमल के अंदर फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट, लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
HBL का कोई भी कार्ड स्वाइप करें, अकाउंट खोलें या फिर लोन हासिल करें। विन अ चांस ऑफ अ लाइफ टाइम। कॉल 111-111-425 और लॉग ऑन टू hbl.com। जहां ख्वाब वहां HBL।
QCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर।
Oh, it just goes down the leg side and Wahab Riaz gets the boundary. Sliding down the leg side. Went for the Yorker. Didn't get it.
Well, he got 2 wickets in a row. The first one Shahid Afridi. Now that's got air miles in it. Wonderful catch. And then just flicked around the corner. Easy as you like. Plucked away by Shane Watson. And then he went for the Yorker and went for 4.
So good 90s over from Russell, getting a couple of wickets, getting Shahid Afridi and getting Tamim Iqbal. So knocking a little bit of sting out of Peshawar Zalmi innings.
Yeah, all of a sudden you feel, now we're looking at 140 odd, and suddenly you feel it might not be on anymore. Still 1 over to go and 2 balls in this, and there's a big hitter just about to take strike now.
Again, good bowling, slanting it back into Sammy. You know he's terrific on the offside.
We haven't seen anybody just walk in and from ball 1 just smacking it around. So the real value lies in spending time there together as a partnership, knocking it around enough, picking up the odd boundary, but making sure that when you're in, you start to cash in for the time you may have just given away early on. But you've got to stay in. Now, at times guys have tried to kick-start from ball 1 and it doesn't work. It's just a single. Ends the 19th, 131 for 6.
टेलीनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर 700 टेलीनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाट है। अभी *5*7# मिलाओ।
एक्साइटेड
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है।
और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करे रूह अफ़ज़ा।
तो और क्या चाहिए।
टेलीनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर 700
Yeah, very low trajectory, low arm. Couldn't get underneath that, just a single.
Well, they're now looking a little bit more relaxed after those 2 wickets. Highest score of the tournament so far. Yeah, that was too slow and it was short, and you bowl it there, you're in trouble now. There was an opportunity there. Right there was a chance to get in a share of 100,000.
Yeah, it was a pretty poor delivery. Half tracker, no pace on it. Sammy rocked back and just smashed it. And no, nobody got it. Couple of grabs, 3 grabs. Again shot. This time Sammy doesn't get all of it. They're coming back for the second and they make it. So it's 141 now.
Well, it's just 1 or 2 hits in the next 60 balls and you're in business. He missed out on this. But good running. It's a good fielder, strong arm. Dead straight, he would have been in trouble. Right, 3 balls to go. It needs to change the bat.
Tough ask for the left-arm spinner Ashar to bowl this last over, and seeing him bowl a little too short. Sammy, he'll swing from the hip. Goes for the Yorker this time, a faster one, flatter one. They come thinking about the second, and a bit of a chaos, and Saeed Ajmal gets a run out, a direct hit. Saeed Ajmal gets the run out after a lot of confusion in the centre.
That was a bit messy. Stop, start, and he had to have a hit. He had to hit him direct, and he did. So Sammy leaves. Gone for 10 off just 4, 142 for 7.
टूटी फ्रूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम बन को बुला दो
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
किडली क्लियर्स कैरामल के अंदर फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
HBL का कोई भी कार्ड स्वाइप करें, अकाउंट खोलें या फिर लोन हासिल करें। विन अ चांस ऑफ अ लाइफ, कॉल 111-111-425 और लॉग ऑन टू qbail.com। जहां ख्वाब वहां HBL।
Fired in flat and straight. Single. Riaz. That was the run out. There's a lot of confusion. Yes, no, maybe. Throw gets missed and then they run again. A bit of byplay. Ashar stops in his action. Last ball of the innings. Goes for the Yorker and Wahab hits it straight back down the ground, and they'll get a couple of runs. So a good end for Peshawar Zalmi, 145 for 7. They'll be happy with that. Batting first against the tide. Stop.
Excited.
जुस्तजू एक नए जहां की तख़य्युल हुस्न बेमिसाल का आरज़ू एक हर किसी मुस्कान की एक दिलकश ख्वाब की तकमील तख्लीक एक लाजवाल शाहकार की इको स्टार हीरो 4K UHD Smart TV।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाट है। अभी *5*7# मिलाओ।
United will need to bat well. 146 needed of 20 overs. It's a tricky pitch. It's not the ideal pitch to bat on and go helter-skelter straight away. Yeah, fun times. HBL, PSL.
Lots of flags. Good times.
टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल्स 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी टेलेनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
PGCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वीवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें।
A fast score maybe. United stuck to their task. And Russell got 3 wickets. Watson bowled well. I thought the spinners did a good job. Saeed Ajmal, but Raees, emerging player, 14 runs off his 4, 145 for 7 after 20. So we'll go downstairs and let's see who Zainab has.
And I've got with me one of the best
to come out of Bangladesh, Tamim Iqbal. Tamim, well played. How do you feel about playing over here in PSL and, you know, obviously in Dubai with this kind of atmosphere? What are your feelings?
I think it's a great opportunity for us, you know, playing in Dubai, and I haven't played here before, and that's the best thing can happen to Pakistan cricket. PCL, I think IPL has done a lot of good things for India. BPL has done a lot of good things for us. Sure, Pakistan will be a lot of benefited from this.
Okay, and what would you say about your innings? Obviously, you were playing with Shahid Afridi, and you said in your interviews before as well that Shahid Afridi was your childhood hero. You wanted your hair like him. So how was that experience, you know, playing with him over here?
That's true that I've already told that I was a big fan of his, and batting with him or sharing the same dressing room with him, it's a big opportunity for me. And I thought I would have batted better. At least 20 runs more.
What would you say about the target? Do you think it's a good target for the team?
It will be challenging, but as I said that I think 10, 15, 20 runs will be perfect.
Thank you so much for your time.
So Peshawar Zalmi got 145 and Islamabad United will need 146 in 20 overs. We'll be back in just a little while.
क्योंकि बढ़ना है आगे।
PTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट। सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड कर तो जल्दी करें। PTCL।
अगर आप भी अपनी गाड़ी का ख्वाब देखते रहते हैं, आपको चाहिए अस्गरी बैंक की आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस।
आज कॉफी पीने चले?
अस्गरी आस्फकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, स्टीयर योर ड्रीम्स।
PTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट। सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर तो जल्दी करें। PTCL।
लाहौर कलंदर के जलवे के साथ साथ देखें क्रिकेट मैचेस लाइव। मोबिलिंक मोबाइल टीवी पर पाकिस्तान का बेस्ट 3G नेटवर्क लाया क्रिकेट का मैदान आप तक। मोबिलिंक के करोड़ों दिलों के सिकंदर, लाहौर कलंदर।
PTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट। सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर तो जल्दी करें। PTCL।
सुनहरी सुबह का सूरज दिखाता, गुप्त अंधेरों से पर्दा उठाता, अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
थैंक यू डिंग डोंग बबल हमारे स्कूल में आने के लिए। डिंग डोंग बबल बहुत नरम और मजे की होती है। फिलहाल की डिंग डोंग बबल। डिंग डोंग बबल।
PTCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब वो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट। सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर तो जल्दी करें। PTCL।
Jazz Excite feature phones or Jazz Explore smartphones.
I've got my Jazz X. Go get yours.
Modeling Jazz X.
खाना बने एक्साइटिंग।
आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी।
They want Peshawar Zalmi to walk out and win this game with ease. We'll have to wait and see for that.
PGCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें। PGCL।
सुनहरी सुबह का सूरज दिखाता, घुप अंधेरों से पर्दा उठाता, अपनी 240 से जायद ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर। 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर, 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाट है। अभी *5*7# मिलाओ।
जीते आप या मैं, ट्रॉफी हर साल हमारी। क्या बात है।
और इस ट्रॉफी को वेलकम करे रूह अफ़ज़ा।
तो और क्या चाहिए।
Riaz, looking forward to watching him bowl on this pitch. But now 146 is the target. What it needs, Raees, you just saw the kind of innings that Tamim played there. It needs one man to grind it out a little bit, and if you can get some loose balls along the way, fine. But Tamim stuck it out. What do you think of this total?
I think it's a decent total. It's not a winning total, because as you rightly mentioned, it just takes one good innings really to overhaul it. Now Sean Tate is express. He can be lightning quick. But I'm just a wee bit surprised not to see a spinner involved against Shane Watson up front, because he didn't look that pleasing against left arm spin the other night. But here we go. Nevertheless, this is exciting. He's got an extremely powerful bowling action and he's running in. Oh, that's not a bad start at all. Swing away, pitching the ball up. Shane Watson beaten.
Goodness, that went like the proverbial banana. Whee she goes. Great to see from Sean Tate. Yeah, he's been put together with tape, been put together with anti-inflammatories, araldite, glue, cement, you name it. Bionic man. Keeps going.
That's such a good delivery. Yorker at pace. Ask any batsman. The one thing that he doesn't want early in the innings is the full pitch delivery, because the feet seem to struggle to get into position early in the innings. Now 2 balls from Sean Tate and both have been full length balls. Shahid Khan can muscle the ball. He's a good timer of the ball, but this pace and accuracy and late swing will test him surely. Just a slight change in the field. Mid-wicket has been positioned. But only a slip in place. Gets it past Shahid Afridi, and wow, what a shot, because that was a pacey delivery and so easily met off the back foot by the left-hander.
Just the nonchalance with which this shot was played. Have a look at this, pitch it short, bang, go and fetch it, get a ball, boys, and throw it back.
Yeah, played it a lot of ease. Just scoop over mid-on. Right then, Sean Tate, will he go for a full-fledged bouncer? That's beautifully done. That is so West Indian in style and making.
Well, you're so right, Raees. It reminded me of years gone by as of West Indies opening back called Roy Fredericks, and Roy Fredericks, Fredo, he's got lit the ball, man. He's got lit that ball over there.
Wonderful. Showing defiance. Putting him away for 2 boundaries of 2 balls. Oh, a ball in! What a remarkable start to the innings. This is high voltage cricket. 2 boundaries and a full pitch delivery, and Shahid has been castled. Here's Sean Tate providing the electricity to light up the bails because he hit the woodwork. Shahid Khan's gone for 8. It's 9 for 1.
टूटी टूटी क्रिस्टल्स के साथ सॉफ्ट और जूसी बूम बूम बबल गम। बूम बूम बबल गम बन को बुला दो।
बदलेगा एक पल में हर पल बदलेगा।
गिव क्लियर्स कैरामल के अंदर फाइनेस्ट प्रीमियम चॉकलेट लाइफ के बहुत से फ्लेवर्स में एक पल में बदले हर पल।
HBL का कोई भी कार्ड स्वाइप करें, अकाउंट खोलें या फिर लोन हासिल करें। विन अ चांस ऑफ अ लाइफ टाइम। कॉल 111-111-425। लॉग ऑन टू hbl.com। जहां ख्वाब वहां HBL।
सुनहरी सुबह का सूरज दिखा था। अंधेरों से पर्दा उठाता। अपनी 240 से ज्यादा ब्रांचेस के साथ सुनहरी बैंक, रोशन हर कदम।
Batting skills, just 21 years of age. It's already got 5 ODI 50s.
Right, 2 slips in place and they're extremely deep. Oh, that's a real wide one. That's a massive misfire. The missile didn't take off.
Well, the radar just went berserk. Unidentified flying object in Dubai, and it came from Sean Tate's hand. That's a great delivery, and that's the one he should have been bowling to him in the first place, not the short stuff, because he's got the ball to swing. Well, he learned very quickly, but it cost him 8 runs.
Oh, wow, that was a beauty to say the least. Exciting over, 14 for 1.
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर। 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क्स पर। 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमा टैक्स। अभी *5*7# मिलाओ।
अगर आप भी अपनी गाड़ी का ख्वाब देखते रहते हैं तो आपको चाहिए अस्करी बैंक की आस्पकार ऑटो फाइनेंस।
आज कॉफी पीने चले?
अस्करी आस्पकार ऑटो फाइनेंस, स्टीयर योर ड्रीम्स।
PGCL मुफ्ती वो ऑफर, अब ईवो विंगल बिल्कुल फ्री और अनलिमिटेड इंटरनेट सिर्फ 1500 का बैलेंस लोड करने पर। तो जल्दी करें PGCL।
Junaid Khan is running in. He's a beautiful driver of the ball. Shane Watson doesn't hesitate one bit. He's solidly forward when he's looking to give that punch off the front foot.
Tell you what, this is only the second day of HBL PSL cricket. How many left-arm bowlers have we seen? Such a lot of left-arm bowlers, and not just quicks either.
Timing, wonderful timing. Just a little bit wide and making use of the left armer's angle. Junaid Khan is disappointed because he felt it was a decent ball, but front foot square drive is special.
Well, he might have felt it was decent, but it's too wide. It's too wide to Shane Watson. And that's like giving him a free gift to get on the bus.
Didn't hold back on that occasion. They need him to fire away and go deep into this run chase. He looks pretty fit, Junaid Khan. He's been indisposed at times. He's had issues with his fitness level. That looks pretty wiry. He's lost a lot of weight. Gone are the days where you get bulky fast bowlers. These days you get them wiry and not bulky at all, and Junaid Khan looks extremely fit. Well then, cricketgateway.com is the way to go. If you're an international viewer, you can watch HBL PSL live. Shane Watson gives it a whack. Fair bit of whack, and that gets past Shahid Afridi. That will run into the fence. Once again, the balance was good. He was looking to hammer it off the front foot. He's such a good player against medium pace bowling, because this pitch and this style of bowling and pace suits his style of batting.
You felt that Shahid Afridi had done the hard work by making ground. He didn't get the dive right at all. Timing was pretty poor.
Will get runs, probably 4. Sean Tate will give up the chase. Junaid Khan felt that he had a strong case, but not to the inside edge, and that ball runs away into the...
Telenor 3G mobiles 50% डिस्काउंट ऑफर। अब किसी भी टेलीनॉर 3G मोबाइल की खरीदारी पर दूसरा मोबाइल हासिल करें 50% डिस्काउंट पे।
अब नया पैक और लाल स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर में भी।
मुझे डिंग डोंग स्ट्रॉबेरी फ्लेवर बहुत पसंद। मुझे डिंग डोंग की मूवी बहुत अच्छी लगी। डिंग डोंग बबल का जायका बहुत अच्छा है। डिंग डोंग बबल।
टेलेनॉर टॉक शॉक हफ्तावार सहूलत ऑफर। 7 दिन के लिए पाओ 70 मिनट दूसरे नेटवर्क पर। 700 टेलेनॉर मिनट और 700 SMS सिर्फ 95 रुपए बमाटे। अभी स्टार बाई।
Down the leg side, it's another wide and a misfire. That's a bit of an issue with Sean Tate. He can surprise you with a most outstanding delivery.